Welcome to the call, everybody. We're going to keep this to a half an hour, 35 minutes at the high end. I want to invite Robert Calloway on the call. Robert's a Purple Diamond, and so he's been around this. He's done a great job building the business, and every event you go to, you see he and his wife, they're always there, always lending a helping hand. When we had Walter Note that came down from Salt Lake City back in, what was that, back in October?
Yeah.
I mean, all you guys were here. I mean, it was a great event. And, you know, what I love about this business is it's a collective effort. Everybody's working together. We're accomplishing amazing, amazing things. But I'm here to tell you, we're not doing it by ourselves. This is not a by-yourself business. This is a collective effort. I love that about this business. And so I wanted to invite Robert on the call because, you know, we share the same lineage in the Monavie structure, so to speak. And we have a lot of like-minded people that are coming together saying, all right, we are at a threshold, a transition point with Monavie with some great new announcements, which we're going to talk about tonight. Robert's got a group that's been up and running, utilizing the new Mint promotion, and so he has a lot that he can share that he's been experiencing. And hopefully, you know, we'll go through this flip chart. I'm going to tell you the flip chart that I'm using tonight is not by any means the flip chart that's been endorsed by Monavie or Mint. It's a flip chart because, you know, we're not totally there yet because Mint just launched on Saturday, so it's not all together yet, at least not with me because I haven't found everything yet. But Robert and I talked about it, and I hope to kind of cover everything under the umbrella of Monavie, so to speak, as we go through the call tonight. So let's welcome Robert on board. And Robert, you can go ahead and have the floor for a minute, and then we'll kind of go through this.
Well, I appreciate you having me on this call there, Rick. And the good, like you said, this is an everybody wins type of attitude that I love about this industry because everybody in this business wants everybody to succeed. We all want each other to succeed because when we all win, we all win. Unlike in corporate America where people don't even want you to pass them up or be more successful than them. Everyone wants to create that success, which will cause more excitement. And with that, you know, I'm just excited to be on the call and first of all, hear what you got to say, Rick, and then I'm going to play off of you a little bit, and let's start this thing.
That's exactly what we're going to do. Thank you, Robert. You know, the first slide that I have in the flip chart is the more meaningful life. You know what? It's never going to change because Monavie's focus has and always will be a more meaningful life. And what does that mean? It doesn't just stand for the products. I mean, obviously, physically, we play a big role in physical overall health. That's the premise of the company. But financial, spiritual, emotional, I mean, it all comes together. It's not just the products. They're exceptional products, nevertheless. But you know, what a product is a product. But when you can add an opportunity where you can bless a family by helping them get healthy, you know, why not? I mean, you know, let's face it, we live in a society today where no one's getting paid what they're worth. Everybody is looking for ways to leverage their income, to be able to have a better source of income. And here's a model that we can look at that is so simple that if you can open up a bag of a shake mix and do a meal replacement or a protein drink, or pick up a bottle of one of the Monavie juices and fix the antioxidant side of your health, and just teach our friends how to do the same in a coordinated fashion, this is going to be exciting. You know, the flip chart starts off with a more meaningful life, and that's been Dallin Larson's focus and his core statement that he's always used when he talks about Monavie. We talk about dreaming. You know, second slide in here. Have you dreamed? And I got to tell you, you know, I'm 59 years old. I hit 59 years old in February this year, so I'm here to tell you. You know, when you're in business for 25 and 30 years, you can get, you know, there's a lot of younger people on this call, so this may not relate to you. So I'm going to tell you, we're talking to two different age groups tonight. We're talking to age groups that are probably way younger than me, half my age, and that's okay. We've got some guys on the call and gals on the call that are of my age. So we're going to kind of split this up, and if it doesn't relate to you, it's okay. Okay? There's going to be things that we're talking to a 25-year-old may not relate to me, but that's okay too, because here's the thing. What's nice about Monavie and what they're doing is we have something for everyone. The part about the dreaming recently, we're here to awaken that. I mean, 30 years being in business, you kind of get complacent, and you also kind of get set in your ways. There are things that I looked forward to when I was in my teens that I would have liked to have acquired, and, we got close to some things, but we never got where we wanted to go. Through the world of Monavie and through the world of this opportunity, I'm telling you, we have now got the threshold to take this thing forward and do something really amazing. Monavie, with their 5-star opportunity, and it's never changed, their 5-star core viewpoint on this opportunity has never changed. They are positioning us to win. And there was a graph that I saw at a convention not too long ago where they showed, you might remember this, Robert, it was a big dip. It showed kind of like a cliff, and your dream was on the other side, and there was that big void or a valley in between. Well, they showed Monavie's emblem right in the middle, and I wish I had it that I could show you, but it showed it as a bridge to take people from where they are today to where they want to go that maybe they weren't getting there. So for anybody that's on this call that looks at their life and say, you know what, if time and money were no object, what would change in your life? What can you do different? And so with Chris and I, we love to travel. We're looking at, right now in my real estate practice, let me give you a little parallel. If I want to take time off, I lose money. If I take, we're going to be going to Italy on June 10th. We'll be gone for about 15 days. And in my real estate practice, I want you all to understand this. This is very important. In my real estate practice, I will cease to make money for 15 days. And in that business, when I get back, I'm going to have to double time it to catch up for what I've lost for 2 weeks that I took off to go to Italy. That's just the way it is. That's business 101. On contrast, when I take and look at the other side of the bridge on our Monavie-mynt business, I will come home to a bigger business than when I left from the nature of this. And that is a very, very important attribute. This next slide is, I like it because it really shows what we're talking about. We have something for everyone. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about the products tonight, but nutrition is important. Everybody knows that. I don't need to spend a lot of time on that. It's in every magazine. It's on every TV commercial. It's just everywhere. You can see everybody's talking about nutrition, or more importantly, lack of. Weight control. We know even in adolescence, we have kids today that are overweight. We have teenagers that are overweight. We have young adults overweight. We have elderly that are overweight. Weight is a major problem in this country. Energy, obviously, all you have to do is pull up to a 7-Eleven if you happen to live in Florida, or Turkey Hill if you're up north, and you will look at the people that are walking out of Starbucks, walking out of 7-Eleven. What are they all carrying? Carrying energy drinks. There's tons of them. The rock stars, the Red Bulls, look at the names they give them. Monster, Venom, really cool names. But you know what? These are not good for you. We all know that the energy drinks that are being manufactured today that our kids are drinking are not good. They're I call them chemical cocktails. Well, Monavie's got a great line that we'll talk about in a minute. And so we can fill that energy void. And then stress. Well, that's the biggest topic that we've seen across this country in the last year, 2 years is the stress factor. Well, the thing that I love about what we're talking about with our company is that we've got products for nutrition, for weight, for energy, and for stress. And I'll just spend 1 minute on this one segment. Is this has become such an important feature that with the product line that we're going to talk about tonight, we've captured the attention of major hospitals. I'm not going to get into names of hospitals, but when you can take a product line that's produced by a company like Monavie, and you can take a product like that and you can capture the attention of an entire hospital to the point where we basically had to fly in the corporate CEO of the scanner and some other things within Monavie to sit down and talk to the heads of a hospital, and to get it approved to be able to use these products in a hospital environment. I'm here to tell you, I don't know of anybody that's ever been able to do that. Now, is that a moneymaker? No, but I'll tell you what it is important is the fact that the hospitals are recognizing the value of what we have here. Okay. Robert, I don't know, are you still using your scanner? I know I'm using my scanner. You want to spend a couple minutes on how you're using it?
Well, I use it with people with the Monavie, basically with very simply, what pharmaceutical company or drug company will ever give you a money-back guarantee that you'll be healthier.
There you go.
There's not. What food company would ever give you a money-back guarantee that it would make you healthier? With this scanner and with people that are on the Monavie products, we give a 60-day money-back guarantee that we will raise your antioxidant levels in 60 days, or you get your money back. That's all I need to say, Rick.
That's it. You know, and to me, it's a great conversation opener, because with me personally, that scanner, I call it the deer in the headlights scanner, because 95% of the time, once they put their finger in it and get their nutritional score and they see what it is, then I get the deer in the headlights look. Like, what does that mean? And unfortunately, it's really interesting, the numbers that we've seen. We have done a lot of major scanning events. We've worked with a lot of people at the hospital. We've worked with a lot of major corporations that have had me come in and scan their entire, employee base, and we're talking sometimes 150, 200 employees. And the USDA has been saying that 95% of the American population doesn't get enough fruit and vegetables. Well, I will tell you that 95 out of 100 people that put their finger in that scanner scan low, which tells me, if anything else, it is solidified and validated everything that we've known for years. But guess what? Here's the difference. Now the USDA is not saying it. Now it's your body that's saying it. And so forget about what's in print, what's on a video, what's on a flip chart. When you put your own finger in there and you get a score that tells you, you know what, you're not really healthy, then the like I said before, the deer in the headlights look. And that's the sheet that we use personally. And all that means is that when we scan them, the further you are to the left, the more risk factors you have for the bad things to happen in your life. You want your numbers to be up in here. But here's the deal. Monavie has a product line, which we'll talk about in just a couple seconds, that addresses all of this. And we can guarantee that we can start moving your score from an unhealthy area to a healthy area, and we'll guarantee you that if it doesn't do that, you don't pay a nickel in the first 2 months. And I think that's pretty impressive, as Robert mentioned. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. If I get a scan and I see that I'm down here and I'm red, and I know what that red means, and all I know is I have to drink, spend $4 or $5 a day to fill my nutritional void that moves me into the right direction. I mean, you almost have to be brain dead not to do that, and they get paid beyond that. So the products, I spent just a few minutes on this. Monavie is expanding on their product line. We're going to talk about some other things in a minute, but the juice blends are all, the core line of Monavie. We built the $2 billion company off of the merits of these five juices. Reveal, which is our meal replacement. I don't like to call it a protein drink, because it's not. Although it does have high protein, it is a total meal replacement. It's a great alternative to a 7-Eleven hot dog if you're hungry. This is great stuff to have. It's great for weight control. It's great for athletes. It's endorsed by the IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee. Only product that's been chosen. Wonderful product line. We have that in the hospital. Actually, they're using that for weight control and what they call the Healthy Weight program that's currently being used by the hospital. We have our energy drinks. These are the way they looked before. I'm going to show you some new pictures in a minute. And for stress, we have the new Rest and Balance. These are the initiatives, Robert, that I've been using when I'm explaining the Monavie opportunity. We have just launched Mint, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Mint stands for My Nutrition. It just started on Saturday. It's a whole new, basically a new company within a company. And the only thing I want to say about that, so it's very clear, I use GM, General Motors, as kind of a parallel to this. Mint will be to Monavie what maybe Chevy or Cadillac is to GM. Monavie is the company, but within that they launched a brand new company, a brand new initiative called Mint. It just launched on Saturday. It's just like a new auto division. So think about it like this. It all comes together. People that are building the Mint opportunity with the Mint products will all feed into the Monavie funnel, so to speak. By the same token, people that are building the Monavie initiative with the juices, they're all going to be feeding into the same initiative as Mint. So it's really everybody's helping everybody regardless of the initiative. So we have our juices. Some people gravitate to that because they feel real comfortable with it. I have a lot of folks that like to build the reveal, and they're using it with gyms and hospitals and doctors' offices. They feel very comfortable with that. We've got younger people that just absolutely fall in love with the energy drinks. These are the new colors, and the two new ones that were just introduced, the Citrus Zero and the Acerola. We now have 4 choices and new price points for the energy drinks, all natural. These are great for kids. They're not a dangerous product at all. We have people that love to use the scanner. We have people that are working with gyms now that want to use the Health Pro model. Great. We have people building Mint. You know what? And we have people like Robert and I, we're building it all. It doesn't really matter. So we're really excited about that. Robert, I'm going to have you take over a little bit on the Mint because you've got a very significant group kind of got started utilizing Mint, and they're kind of seeing this a little different. You know, these guys are younger. I don't know, maybe you want to touch on their age group. I'm 59 years old, and you're never going to see me on a skateboard, so I'm probably not the most relatable guy in the world, but you could probably expand on that a little bit.
Well, I can get on the skateboard myself, but it's just, 5 minutes after that, it doesn't feel so good.
I know it.
Of where I'm at after that. Anyways, before I even start on Mint, I wanted to tell you that so that people understand that our products are so good, and for anyone who understands the value of them products, 99% of the people in Monavie or in Mint will order the products again simply because they're out. And that's a great marketing plan in itself. People are going to love these new energy drinks at Acerola. If I'm even saying it right, it's delicious. And the Citrus Zero is good. And, of course, the other 2 energy drinks we know about. I don't know how the new ones are going to flavor out in the new cans, or maybe they're going to put the same ones in the cans. But needless to say, everyone's going to love this stuff. And one thing I say about the energy drinks always is you can drink 5 in a row and live. Okay, now what does Mint mean other than my nutrition? To me as a Monavie distributor, and to you as a Monavie distributor already in, we just see this as a bridge to allow us to attract a whole new market of people, and it just opens up to when we're talking to someone, well, you got aches and pains or whatever, we could talk to them about Monavie or their younger generation and they're half going sideways or whatever when we're talking to them. Obviously, we go for the Mint initiative for them to turn them onto an opportunity. I mean, obviously, the main thing we want to know is whether they're looking. Whenever we're talking to people, we're looking for people who are looking. And that's really how I got started with the Mint initiative, just talking to people who I'd talked to before about Monavie. And they were younger than me, but I knew this thing was coming out. And I had mentioned to them that here we had this startup company, which is being sponsored or backed by Monavie. And Monavie is not the type of company that's in the failing thing. They're the only ones in the 8 years I've been in that started, and it's still going today. I don't know of another company that actually started when we did. There's one other company that I know of that's doing similar than us, but they were a little bit longer in business than us. So that's what Mint, how Mint came up, and Brandon shared a story about, why Mint was developed is because it did not attract to the younger generation. The Monavie didn't seem to, and what we were doing. So that's how the Mint initiative actually started. And like Rick said, the cool thing about this is that, if you're a Mint distributor and you have older people that have aches and pains or whatever, you can sign them up in Monavie, and they're still going to go into your business. And if you're a Monavie distributor and you got Mint people, you're going to sign them up in the business, they're still going to go into your business, and they can still buy whatever product that pleases them. So anyway, you can flip to the next page, Rick, if I'm doing this off the top.
No, you're doing fine.
All
this
right.
is the next slide is going to be the new Mint lineup of products.
Good. All right, so the Mint line of products obviously is for the younger generation. Everybody, well, of course, even us older people still want to be fit and stuff, but, it's a line of protein with 2 different types of protein. I think it's the casein and the whey protein, I think it is. One's a fast absorbent, the other one's a slower absorbent. They're combined together. Listen, Monavie has the best products, period. They've spent millions and millions of dollars, and they're certainly on their initial products, they're certainly not going to not waste time, money, energy, and effort in making products that are not stellar on any line. You can go to GNC and compare this stuff right now gram for gram basis, and you're going to see where we stand. But anyway, they got the chocolate and vanilla shakes, and you got the boost, the burn, the build, and the pro bio. Like, I'm not going to touch a lot about it. They almost have their thing on there, and cleanse. I forgot to say cleanse. I always tell people cleanse is a little bit cheaper. I think it's only $14 for cleanse because it's only in your body for a short period of time. I usually share that with people.
That's for sure.
But anyway, and then we have the energy drinks. I mean, the new look, that acerola, or say that, Rick. Am I saying that right?
Acerola.
Acerola. Whatever it is, it goes down like water. I can't stand it because it's so good. And I want to even lower the price point and raise the volume level for us. So even helps us out even more. And anyway, this is the lineup for Mint so far. They're adding a few more energy drinks to it. I'm sure down the road they'll add that. You know, and there's more than just the product. There's obviously the company and the movement or the community that they're trying to create of basically, I always say, random or planned acts of kindness. You know, we help all over the world because of the More Project and what we do for Brazil and stuff like that. But Mint is going to be targeted in what we can do in the United States. You know, and we don't know what it can be. There's a million different acts of kindness, and I think they're creating quite a buzz with the younger community as it is. You can go to the next page.
Yeah, well, one thing I just wanted to mention before we get to the next page is one thing that the core lineup represents, the entire Mint opportunity, is a price point that hits a different market. And I wanted to just touch on that just for 30 seconds. Monavie wanted to compete in the gym market because, you know, one of the bottles of the juices in the reveal as a meal replacement, you know, didn't compete as well against the products that are being sold maybe in a gym. And I think Robert touched on it. You know, it touches the price points. Dollar for dollar, we're a better value than buying the stuff that's coming off the shelves of GNC, Vitamin World, and your local gyms. In Mark McDonald's, his 8-week program, it's called the 8-week run, which I'm part of, we had to get on a probiotic. That probiotic was $65 for a decent brand of it in Vitamin World. When you look at our prices of our core lineup as compared to what GNC and Vitamin World are charging off the shelf for a product that's not nearly as quality as this, we are so competitive that we're going to now attack a new market. And that's the only thing I wanted to mention on that.
Not a problem.
And this is the 2 new kits. This just came out. I just saw it for the first time. That's why I took a snapshot of it. These are the senior and junior executive kits. Yeah,
2 kits that they sell. The good thing about the kit 1, okay, is the fact that not only are you getting this product for personal use, product for sales if you need to, and product for promotion, it's keeping you active for 2 months, so you don't have to buy any more product for your 3rd month. I think this is a great plan here, and you maximize the compensation plan and the front end plan, the 4x4 plan, when you do this. But the good thing about it is Mint and Monavie, they have pricing that will allow everyone to get in where they stand. It doesn't matter. You don't have to buy the big kit. You can get in from $182 all the way up to $1,050. Go ahead, Rick.
And that's part of getting qualified to earn the Jeeps. This is the we call it the Jeep program, but we have to learn something new. We have an announcement on the car program in a few minutes. This is just the price points of the new core lineup. And like I was saying, the probiotic was $25, and what I paid was $65. So I don't need to tell you, I got paid nothing. And the only reason I bought it off the store shelf was because Mark McDonald launched the program prior to the releasing of the core product line. He is now going to do another 8-week program, and he's starting that May 1st, and he's using it with 100% the core product line. So that's really great. I mean, I spent half as much money for the probiotic that Monavie's producing through Mint than I did at the local store. But there's the price points. We won't spend a lot of time on that.
Great.
There's our new lineup of energy drinks. I love the new look.
Yes, it's very, very flashy. All the cool product packaging, man. It's just like, bam, it jumps out at you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like it. It's exciting and it's high energy. That's the way I look at it. But these are the two original that we have. This is the regular and the light, and this is the new Citrus Zero and the new Acerola. And it's a great tasting product. I really, really like it. And I love the fact we live in a world that everybody wants to have 0 calories, so we had to come out with a 0 calorie, but it's still natural because it's sweetened with stevia. Okay, and these are just key benefits. We won't spend a lot of time on that either. We all know the benefits of it. I was excited, Robert, to see that they had taken the prices of the EMV products in bulk down to a level that we can now compete inside gyms and retail establishments where they can retail the product. And I thought that was great.
Absolutely. They're, like you said, they're toning it down and changing the price points for the younger generation to grab a hold of the thing. And shoot,
that's right.
What about the younger generation? For us older generation,
anybody. But now you can go to a local convenience store that wants to retail the product, and they can look at these bulk pricing items, and they can turn around and they can retail them. I see Red Bull $3 everywhere I go. This makes it cost effective. They can get these products cheaper. They can get paid to do it, and they can make enough money on the wholesale retail variable of it.
Awesome.
Next slide just talks about starting about how to build the business left and right. Robert, I'm going to let you go ahead and take that over in a second. Then we're going to get into the car program.
All right. Well, listen, this is very simple. It's a binary. You got a left and right leg, left and right team. You're sponsoring people. So you understand this. You don't need to sell it. You don't want to get people to sell it. All you really want to do is get people to use it. I mean, that's the simplest way I can put it. If I'm drinking Monavie or I'm using Mint products or the energy drinks, and I share it with Rick, and Rick likes it, 2 of us are drinking it every month. If the next month me and Rick share it with 1 more person apiece, 4 of us are drinking it every month. If the next month the 4 of us share it with 1 more person apiece, 8 of us are doing it. And it just keeps going, 16, 32, 64. It keeps building and building and building. People create volume. And the more people you get involved drinking it, when people want to buy it, I usually don't sell it. I do not like to sell it. We have, and you will have, at your own back office that you can send them to. One would be My Monavie, and the other one is a Go Mint website that people can go on and order themselves directly, where it drop ships to them, and you still get paid, and you don't even have to sell it or ship it or deal with it. So I do like that. But you have a team of people that you're going to put together, and people say, well, what do I got to do? Talk to your friends and family. That's where you start. Start with the people you love and care about. Start with the people you want to be in business with, and you're just going to share the opportunity with them or put them on one of these webinars and let us work for you. You do not need to know all the information. We're going through this flip chart. Me and Rick have been in for a while. When I first started, I didn't even know it. I didn't know any of it. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't care how it worked. All I knew was my buddy Jason was making $6,000 a week, and I knew that it worked. So you can study the roots or pick the fruits. It's all up to you. I didn't care. I just said, what do I got to do? They said, go sponsor your people and get them started and get them to do what you're doing. I said, good enough. And that's all I did. All you need to know is where the knowledge is. And there's, the good thing about the Mint, they have their own app now, like a touch point. I forget the name of the Mint thing now. But anyway, on your phone. Everything's on your phone. No paperwork, no nothing. You can show somebody a video right there when you're standing there with them right on your phone. Everything's there. If they want to see the science, you can send them the science of it. You can send them whatever they need to know for the people that need to know. You don't need to do it. All you need to do is learn how to be a tour guide, like Randy said, to the system. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, and it's incredible because you talk about simplicity. Robert, you touched on something I think very important. When I went up to Atlanta with Carlos's group, and they must have had a dozen or so Jeeps that they all earned. What was amazing about not the fact that they all earned these Jeeps. That's why I know they call it a free Jeep program. They earned those Jeeps, But what was interesting about it was as I drove up, we had a lot of time to interconnect and chat and talk, and especially with these newer people that had earned these Jeeps. Half of them didn't even know what pin level they were at when they got it. And then I asked a couple of them. I said, "Well, what did you do to get there?" He goes, I really don't know. Because we were just drinking the energy drinks, and we just told our buddies to drink the energy drinks, and we signed them up, and they were getting their own energy drinks. And we were just like everybody was just getting everybody to drink energy drinks, and they built an entire, arsenal of people, and they're all consuming their own products. They don't even know what level they're at and how they got the Jeep. They got a phone call from their sponsor one day. Hey, Carlos, you just earned a Jeep? Really? How did I do that? Well, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to confuse you. I don't want you to stop because I don't want to educate you. Keep doing what you're doing. So, Robert, when he says keep this simple, he does mean make it simple, because here's the deal. It's nothing more than building two teams of people. But if everybody follows the same formula and builds two teams of people, this thing's going to get huge. This is the new car program. This is the 4x4 program. And I didn't know about this until tonight on the phone with Robert, because this is brand new. Have they even announced this yet, except for Saturday?
They announced it the first time on Saturday.
Right.
We have the 4x4 Jeep program. If you just keep sponsoring people and teach your people to sponsor people, I'm not going to get into complete details about it, but all the product is volume, and when your volume reaches 8,000 in a 4-week period, you're gonna earn, not win. We used to call it the Jeep program, but it's actually you get to choose one of these 4 cars that the company will lease for you for 2 years, a 2-year lease. So I know one's an Infiniti, I know the other's a Camaro, and one's a Jeep, but I don't recognize the other car.
I'll have to blow it up and see what it is, but I like the choices of cars.
Vehicle. It's a free vehicle, and they pay your payments for 3 months right up front to give you time to build your team another 3 months to make sure that you're continually make that 8,000 points a month. And it isn't a lot, people. Don't think it. That's the first level, Star 1000. The second level in Monavie. If you maintain the second level in Monavie, you're gonna earn that and have your payments for 2 years. I mean, that doesn't matter if you're in Monavie or you're in Mint. If you create that volume, that's for everybody. And we share the same compensation plan.
Absolutely.
Not to mention the front end of payment. I didn't talk about that, but basically this. That's kind of looking at your tree. But if you sponsor 4 people, let's say you're on the $1,000 kit. I'm just going to shoot high. You get on the $1,000.
That's what Square Qualified is.
Yep. You sponsor 4 people on the. You get kit qualified on step 1. You go to step 2 and you get Square Qualified. I mean, you sponsor 4 people that are on the $1,000 kit. You're going to make double your money. You're going to make $2,000. At the very least, you're going to make $2,000 back. So if you just did that, forget about the car yet. Just in the front end, in the first 4 weeks, you sponsored 4 people who did the same thing you did. You're going to get at least $2,000 back. So you're going to double your money in the first 4 weeks. And people say, well, I can't afford it. If you got a credit card and you really can do this and assert yourself, you put it on your credit card, you sponsor 4 people in the first 4 weeks. Now, if you sponsor 8, you're going to make twice as much money. But I'm just going low. You sponsor 4 people. Before your credit card bill even comes, you're going to get your money to pay the bill. And now you started your business for nothing. So people, you understand that you're owning your own business for under $1,100 or $1,200 total or whatever if you went high, and then you can maintain your business from anywhere from $150 to $260 a month to own your own company. People need to understand that it's not just to drink the juice or drink the product. You're owning your own business, and the more people you get involved, the more you get paid. And here's the key: you never know who you know knows. Go to that next slide there, because that's what can happen. If you may not be the one, but you might share the juice or share the energy drinks with the ones that are the ones. I don't know where we're at with the.
I must have clicked something I wasn't supposed to. There we go. Here we go.
Yep, keep going.
There we go.
There you go.
That's exactly what Robert said. There you go. You've got your teams, and you see this. And the thing that you want to remember here is these people that you see are going to consist of 3 different types of people, 3 different mindsets. You're going to have people in here that are preferred customers that never want to build a business ever, ever, ever. They just want to have access to the product. They go in the tree as well, which is wonderful. There's future benefit for that, and we'll explain that on another call. But really, really neat that if you have a preferred customer, they say, hey, let me just try a couple bags of the Reveal or a couple cases of juice or a box of this. It doesn't matter. They can get enrolled, and they're in the tree. counts for volume. You'll have people that just want to be on a couple cases a month or a couple bags a month. Maybe they want to build a business. Maybe they're not ready yet. Doesn't matter. You can sponsor them. You're going to have people that want to build it tomorrow, and those are the 4 that we're talking about to go, square qualified. It could be any 4 people. It doesn't have to be on any one side or another. It's 4 people. 4 people that you sponsored. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have your square qualified. And then from there, all you do is you teach your 4 people to do what you just did. We talked about that before the call got started. I said, it's as simple as this. If you want a Jeep or one of those 4 cars and you want to earn it for yourself, take the first 4 people that you have in your organization that want the similar thing. Just teach them how to get it. And by default, it's going to happen.
Absolutely
it's just that simple.
Right.
And you're going to have Mint people in here. You're going to have Monavie people in here. You're going to have preferred customers in here. All of the volume from all the different initiatives are all going to feed into the same compensation plan, so everybody benefits by everybody. I love the way Steve Merritt used to put it out there. Everybody sees everybody. Nobody knows anybody, but we all get paid on everybody. Next slide.
Awesome.
These are the Robert just talked about that. We had the compensation plan enhancements. Not going to spend a lot of time on it, but what's really good about it is, like he said, they went and created this compensation plan. And I won't say created, they tweaked it to pay people earlier on. Robert brought it up. He's 1,000 points a week, star 1,000. You could actually get qualified for the Jeep or one of those cars at the star 1,000 level. I mean, at star 1,000, you can get the Jeep. Next level up, bronze, you're going to keep that Jeep for as long as you want it, or whatever car that is, because the volume is going to be sustainable long enough that you're not going to have that problem, because this is all new volume that's being created. Star 1,000 is 2,000 points a week times 4 weeks. There's your 8,000 points. That's all it takes. And Star 1,000 is literally, well, that is the second level, I guess. Star 500 is the first level. But people blow past that so quick. We have more money in the front end of the plan. Robert just gave you an example of that with the senior executive kits. How you can make $2,000 to $4,000 in your first month. We make a lot of money from preferred customers. If somebody does not want to become a distributor, that's fine. Put them as a preferred customer. For the time that they're preferred customers, you'll make 300% more money than a distributor that's doing nothing. You can do the kit program, the kit qualified square program, and then obviously get your Jeep. They made all the rank advancements, and Robert, you may want to touch on this. I mean, you're purple diamond. You knew what it took to become a purple diamond. I knew what it took to become a blue diamond. I'm looking at the new compensation plan going, they have lowered the requirements for Ruby and above, and it's incredible. I mean, right now, to go blue diamond, you can do it on 10,000 less points than it took for me. I don't know how it is for purple diamond, but I'm going, what company in the history of this country has tweaked the compensation plan to pay you earlier, to pay you more, and make it easier for you to get there?
And Rich, you only need to sponsor 3 people. When we were in, you had to sponsor at least 7 people. You could actually do it with 3 people. You can go to diamond, I think, with 2. Maybe not. I think Ruby with 2. But 3 people. With 3 people, if you got 3 friends that really want to do it, you can make more money than you ever thought about making. What a blue diamond's the average pay on the thing?
I'm going to show you at the end. It's going to be on our last slide.
Okay.
We're going to be there in just a second. And this is just a Mint opportunity. This is utilizing. Robert and I talked about it earlier before the call got started. I said one of the things that touched me about Mint is it's for people that are, if you're into Facebook and Twitter and social networking, this whole environment is going to take advantage of all of those environments. And the reason they're doing that is because they're going to create an opportunity that's a magnet to the company. People are going to be attracted to Mint. It's not going to be like the old ways of building the networking business where people are out there placing bottles and pouring juice. And that's okay if you still do that. It still works. But you know what? There's an age group that won't do that. And this initiative is going to be a totally different operation than what we've experienced in the past. And it's exciting because we're already seeing the growth and the potential of it in the first couple of weeks that we got close to the launch of Mint.
Yes, through that lifestyle, through Mint Fit, Mint Life, Mint Mind and Mint Moments, these are hashtags that bring things up on the social media, and they're working towards a pool marketing where people say, man, I want to be part of that. I mean, that's the long story short, and that's what they're doing. Instead of having to go out and call people, you're just promoting a lifestyle on social media, which is what we've been doing anyway, but this is where you can actually hashtag it where it actually shows up, I guess, more advanced than I'm used to. And because I have people constantly, because of the lifestyle I lead, contacting me on Facebook and saying, how can I do what you're doing? You know, and there's the opportunity to invite them. Go ahead.
I'm still trying to figure out what I had to go to take a course on hashtagging, so I'm learning. My wife the other morning, I says, I want to have a couple of eggs and some hash browns. She goes, I think you're getting your breakfast mixed up with your business. And I said, well, you're probably right. I need to get that straightened out, but I will figure it out. And then the Mint experience, obviously, he just touched about it. You know, the branding, the messaging, the virtual office to pay hub. We've just kind of went over all of that. It's a wonderful environment. It's attracting people to us, which is if anybody that can be in a business where people are calling you versus you calling them, just think about it. It's just a great initiative. It's a great direction to go in. The launch plan, I really need to remove this. We've already beyond this. We launched on April 19th. This page I like because it's still the same. Nothing has changed. You know, you try the product, get your score if you're using the scanner. Look at the opportunity, whether it's a preferred customer, whether it's a distributor, whatever initiative you want to build. Get enrolled, get involved. Whether you get into Monavie and you see it from that perspective, whether you get into Mint and that's what you want to be involved with, that's fine. It's your choice. Place the appropriate order. Well, what's the appropriate order? Well, if you're a consumer, you buy what you need to consume. If you're building a business, you want to make sure you have enough product to go out there and be able to build a business with. And it's just that simple. Somebody who's going to build a business is going to have a different mindset than that of a customer, and that's just the dividing line right there. Be on auto ship. Why? You will run out of stuff. It's all metered to run out in 30 days, and that's where the replenishment program comes in. And that's your long-term sustainable income. You know, I never understood the value of auto ship when I first got in. I wasn't the first guy in. It was 2006 when I got in. But when I took my first vacation and came back and realized that my business got bigger while I was gone, I went, you know what? I may have been out of touch for 2.5, 3 weeks, but the auto ship kept on going. And so very, very important part of the business. And then if you're building the business, show the opportunity. Show people how to consume their own products and show them how to share it, show them how to make some money. It's very simple. Everybody should have an opportunity to understand and to know that there's an opportunity behind these products. I'm not bashful about that. And there's a couple that I sponsored here in Naples, and by all intents and purposes, they have a lot of money. They have no need to make not another dollar. They really, really don't. There's very few people I can actually say that about. But, you know, when I enrolled them, the first thing out of their mouth was, you know what, we have a couple of nonprofit organizations that we fund. They looked at me and they said, is it possible for me to take the money that I make from this and just let it all get donated? Absolutely. You don't need to spend yourself. Give it to somebody who needs it. And so they're building the business, and I got to tell you, they're excited about moving this thing forward. And what I love about this couple is they're doing it out of the merits of helping other people. Nothing is self-perpetuated. So, you know, everybody has a different motive of how they'll build the business. I want to go to the last page. That's just the application.
Yeah.
And this was the last page of the slide. Robert talked about how much does a blue diamond make. Well, there you go. Purple diamond. $672,000 a year. This is the newest compensation plan. This new income disclosure. I mean, it's impressive. And so you're looking at levels of Star 1000 and Bronze, $10,000 a year to $18,000 a year. This is car country. People at these levels are driving brand new cars. You know, it used to be you had to be up here to get a car.
Yep.
But they take it and went all the way. Nobody's waiting for the Mercedes anymore. They're driving their Jeeps and their Infinities. Then they get their Mercedes. You know, Steve Merritt's got what, 3 Jeeps already?
They cheated us out of our cars. They cheated us out of our cars.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have cars for us back then. You know,
no, they didn't have any of this.
And you can do it. You can do it. You just got to engage in the process. And if you don't do it, you're going to be stuck in what we call Averageville. And if you're happy there, that's okay. You're paying your bills, you get your vacations, and you're okay. But you'll always be there. In order for things to change, something's got to change. If you ain't going to change your life, then you know you're not looking at this business for that. You're just looking for it for the health reasons. Everyone should be using the product. However, if you want more out of life, you're going to have to do something a little bit different than what you're doing, because I always tell people, you work for how many years, if you know, like in an older group, to get to where you're not today.
That's right.
I mean, that kind of stings to all of us. And the one thing about Rick mentioned about his business in the real estate, and I own my lawn service company, when in reality my business owned me. Rick's business owned him, because when Rick wasn't there, it didn't make money.
That's right.
And that's the good thing about this business, because you actually own it. It doesn't own you. It'll take a mind of itself. That's why me and Rick, everyone, we want people to make more money than us. We would love it if you made more money. We would hold the flag. I would cheer you on. I want you on stage. I want you sharing your story with people. I want you on these conference calls and you doing this, and me just looking back and listening. And it doesn't matter to me that you make more money. What I care about is your success. The more people I can help get successful, the more it's going to help me and my family. And the only way that I can get paid is if I help you get paid. So that's why I'm on this call. That's why Rick's on this call. And if you understand how this works, this isn't like we get paid whether you do it or not. We want to help you. We don't get paid until we help you make money.
That's
so
right.
Please understand that. And I'll say this. I want to say one thing about this thing. If you're on this call, you look in this levels of pay, and you decide what you would be happy with. And come to your upline, come to the person that sponsors you, come to me or Rick, and we're going to set a plan in motion to get there. You know, you got to identify where you want to be. If you just want an extra, you just want to drink the juice for free, shoot, star 500 is nothing. Another level, the same way you become a star 500, you become a black diamond.
That's right.
Same way, nothing changes. Sponsor 2, teach 2 to reach 2. You want to do it faster, sponsor 4, and then teach your 4 to get 4. That's how you do it faster. Go ahead, Rick. You can finish it out.
That's exactly it. Well, no, that was it. That was it. And one of the things I was just going to mention for those on this call that, that already may be at the bronze, silver, or gold level, ruby level, whatever, and they're going, okay, well, how do I get a Jeep? And I'm already a silver and I don't have one. Monavie was so fair about the way they launched the car program by it being based on new volume. So for a brand new person that's not even involved yet, all you need to do is build your volume, and you're good to go. And this is called, you get in, you're in day one. Well, your business, your group is brand new, so all the volume is going to count towards your Jeep. But if you're already a bronze, all you need to do, if you're bronze, gold, blue diamond, purple diamond, black diamond, if you want the Jeep, all you need to do is build 8,000 additional new volume over and beyond where you're at right now. That's it. And you still get the Jeep. So they made the playing field equal for everybody. And I think that's really, really impressive. I mean, so it's not like hey, the Blue Diamonds will get the car. No. That's why I don't have a Jeep and there are Star 1000s that do, because I need to do the same thing they're doing. That makes sense?
Perfect sense.
Now, with that, we have some questions. Now, I have people now, if anybody has any questions, we have a lot of people on the call, so I'm not going to open it up. I have everybody muted, but you can chat. Go ahead and send those messages through. Joyce Johnson sent a message. I think that car she recognized as being a Subaru. So thank you, Joyce, for that. That was the unnamed car. We couldn't figure. I couldn't blow it up to get a tag off the front of the car, but apparently that's a Subaru. And then I have a message here from Ursula. And her question is, maybe you can answer this, Robert, because I'm not sure if I have the answer. What is the 12-month Mint app? 12-month Mint app. And I'm thinking that means
the same thing as the touch point. That's the Mint app that you're going to have on your phone to have videos, enrollments. Everything will be via your phone. That's the same thing as the Monavie touch point, basically. It would be a way to a virtual office right on your phone, show videos, enroll people. Show them what they need for the business.
Yeah, well, I'll expand on that just a little bit for those that don't know or don't have these apps. Monavie has an app called Touchpoint. Mint has one as well. And what they're moving to, and it's because of the pace of the business and the fact that we're expanding and evolving, and when anything evolves, there's changes being made, tweaks being made, new things being introduced. Well, the world of print stuff, print brochures, videos being produced, sometimes you have to modify, change things, and it's very difficult when you're building an organization that's going to expand around the globe to keep everybody using the same things at the same day. I like knowing that if they add a new energy drink on Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock, that we're all going to know about that new drink at Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock. If they, do a change, whatever, grammatically to, one of the flip charts, that you'll wake up in the morning and when you open up your Touchpoint or your Mint app, you are up to date, and everybody in the organization is up to date. Personally, I like that I don't have to be buying brochures and things anymore. I can sit with someone and I can take them through a video, I can take them through a flip chart, I can take them through the enrollment process, and I can never leave my iPhone or my iPad. It's all right there. And to me, I just love knowing that that's my total expenses for the most part beyond my products to build my business. And that's what that is. Tony has average number of cases, juice or drinks, bottom current. I'm not sure what that means. So Tony, you may want to average number of cases of juice or drinks. Well, if it's what I'm thinking you're asking, to stay active and qualified, you need to purchase at least 100 points a month. That's basically one case of juice for yourself, and that's enough to keep you active and qualified. To build the business, however, you really need to maximize on your compensation plan by having a minimum of 200 points per month. And 200 points a month is what you need for the achievement levels. Anybody can buy anything. Now, for the achievement levels, I think I got your questions. You see here 10, 20, 40, 60. This is basically, Star 500 is nothing more than 500 points left, 500 points right. That's basically 5 cases of juice on your left, 5 cases of juice on your right, replicated 4 times in a month. That's not a very big part of the business. Now, they don't have to be cases of juice. It could be bags of Reveal. It could be energy drinks. Whatever makes up the 200 points or the 100 points, all that volume counts. Star 1000s, nothing more than 10 cases of juice. I'll use juice because it's easier to equate. 10 cases left, 10 cases right. Bronze is not 40, or no, that's not 40. Bronze is 30 cases, isn't it?
No, bronze is 20 cases.
Yeah, Star 1000 they have is 20, so this has got to be changed. It's Star 500 is 5 each leg, or 10 a week. Star 1000 is 10 each week. That's total pair report volume. That's what that is. And then bronze is 20 cases left, 20 cases right. They're showing you total of 40 cases a week. It doesn't matter left and right. Then you have 60 cases if you're at the silver level, 30 cases left, 30 cases right. That's how that works. Does that answer your question, I hope, Tony? Yeah, it did. Good. Okay. Any other questions?
That's called the Mint mobile app, okay?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Mint mobile. Okay. When you go to the App Store, that's where it would be, Mint mobile. And when you buy the kit, you get that free app for a year.
Okay.
When you buy into the kits. Okay, just
and the kits are important, guys. If you're going to be, and it's not a requirement, I want you to know these junior kits, or we'll call them junior, senior kits, they're not a requirement to build your business. You can build it to Black Diamond and have never bought a senior kit or junior kit. But I'm going to tell you, the strength of your business will be from the strength of the leader. The speed of the leader determines the speed of the group. And so this is a business of duplication. If your upline is driving a Jeep, likelihood you'll be driving a Jeep. And that's how it's going to happen. So if you're going to go for the Jeep and that's important to you, then having the junior and the senior kit is very important to you. And so because you have to have that as a requirement to earn the Jeep. Okay, then after you've done that, you sponsor 4 people. You help those folks build their business to 8,000 points. And once you've done that, you're driving a Jeep. And if you can take your focus, as Robert said, and focus on them, our business has always been predicated upon planting seeds in other people. When I sponsor someone, my goal is to find out what do you want to get out of this? What's important to you? In the perfect scenario, now that you're in Monavie or now that you're in Mint, where would you like to see this go? And it's their answer. And whatever the answer it is, whether I think they can do better or whether I think they're undercutting or it doesn't matter. What matters is their ideal, it's their dreams, it's their wants, it's their desires. It's my job is to sit down and say, okay, this is the plan of action that you're going to need to take in order to get to that goal. And if it's a lofty goal, then it's going to be lofty effort. If it's a more tempered goal, then fine. It's fine. It's their goal. Because here's the thing I do know is when you plant seeds in people, some people are going to harvest quicker than others. And you're going to be surprised. Robert and I were just talking about a fellow in his group that he thought, well, I didn't know this was going to be my guy. And all turned out that who he thought was going to build it turned out to be someone totally different, someone he didn't expect. And so, you just never know who's going to build it and who's not.
Hey, Rick, I want to touch on one thing about the orders, too. When you're signing up your friends, all my friends that I signed up, and I signed up 14 people in the first 2 weeks, their first question to me was, what did you order?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and if I would have said, I only ordered one bottle, that's what they would have done. Because friends do what friends do. That's it. I didn't want to go past that.
No, and that's a great point because, like I said, the leadership starts at the top. And, nobody's going to build your business for you. They're building their business. They're drinking that juice for their health, not for your health. They want to make money for their personal financial reasons, not for yours. But you have to realize your dreams and goals and aspirations will be fulfilled by you taking the time to fill the needs and the goals of other people. That's biblical. There's more parables about planting seeds and where to plant them and how to season them and how to water them and what ends up coming afterwards. It's nothing's unique about this. This is about two very unique processes. Process one is you teach people how to drink products that they need already, teach them how to consume them from themselves, and show them how to share it with others. They can do those two things, and you follow these new initiatives, basically the 4x4 program. They have taken it and made it so simple that all you have to do is fill in the blocks. Now, we don't have that on this webinar tonight, but when you get into the business and you get started, they actually have a form that's a fill in the blank. All you need to do is put it on your wall. When you sponsor that first person, you write their name in that first block, and you say, okay, Joe and Mary are in. There's my first one. Then the next one you put in, you put the next block in, and well, here's Bob and Sally. Well, now there's number two. Then you're going to help Bob and Sally put a couple people in, and they're going to be able to write those. You're going to write those names in. Before you get to the bottom of that sheet, I will guarantee you this: you're going to be driving a Jeep. Just that simple. It's exciting times, everybody. I know we're a bit over. This is supposed to be a half-hour call, and I'm looking at the amount of people that have gotten on this call. There's way more than I expected, and everybody has stayed on all the way through, and that tells me that you're liking what you're hearing. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of unmute everybody. If you want to say thank you to Robert for being on the call, that would be great. I'm going to try to see if I can unmute everybody.
Well, thank you for having me, Rick, and good luck to everybody. And I always say we'll see you at the top, or we'll be watching you with binoculars from the top.
Absolutely.
But that's where we're going, okay? We're going, and we would love to have you guys with us.
Let's all give him a great hand and say thank you, Robert, for being on the call. I don't think I'm unmuting fast enough.
Thank you, Robert.
There you go. There's a little bit of a delayed action there.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Rick.
Robert. Yes, thanks, Rick.
Yeah,
You're
I would
welcome.
say
Thank
thanks,
you.
Rick. Thanks,
Thank
Rick.
you.
Robert.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Close.